We're live. Hi guys. My name is Olivia. Used to make a lot of videos of handcuffs and stuff. Well, this video is I named it New Identity after leaving jail because just got out of jail. I got stabbed and then was combative to an EMT apparently. I don't remember that. So this video is about what I'm doing in my life right now. First thing you'll notice, I am wearing pink, cute little pants, just civilian clothes. Studying these two courses. Well, I'm supposed to go to anger management and dual diagnosis. I've been doing that. So I got my cards for the dual diagnosis and anger management. Also studying anatomy and physiology. These are classes I'm taking online before I take the actual class in college. And I have them on my flashcard. So like, what's anatomy? What's the human anatomy? Scientific of study of bodies and structure. Gross anatomy, study of larger structures of the body. Little vocab words. I'm also taking college algebra, so I have a bunch of math problems and vocabulary words on there. Just got up to associative property and multiplications. It's pretty simple stuff. Mostly just memorization right now. Write a rational number, right here, rational versus irrational in the equations. For instance, um, rational, simple, you can simplify and divide. Um, Irrational, which pretty much means in my words, you don't have it's irrational. It's not repeating and it cannot be simplified. So that's irrational. So just little simple things. Something I learned in anger management, which is pretty cool. Hey, sweetie, you look good.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Understanding my anger. So there's like little quotes that I put on here. How I say matters. I need to listen to my emotions. That's what behind my anger. Little things like that. I'm in a lot of distress, but I deserve to live. That's a PTSD thought. I don't deserve to be punished for my feelings or thoughts. My needs are just as important as others. Everyone can man. Everyone can deal with their anger safely. And then I learned something. Let's see if I can find it.
Olivia,
It's called the.
can I give you a pair of new back for cigarette?
But I do got this.
Can I give you a lighter?
Yeah, you could probably roll it up.
I can roll it up?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Here, can I take your lighter back? I'm gonna go roll it up.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That's my friend over there. She's in the same boarding home as me. She's really nice. I wrote one about the conflict resolution model. Identifying the problem is for step one. Identify the feelings. Step two. Step three. Identify the specific impact. Step four. Decide whether or not to resolve it. Step five. Addressing and resolving the conflict. So my first example was someone in this boarding home had died, and they felt like the boarding home manager was kind of really upset and wasn't acting the way he was, and I was getting frustrated. So what I did for step one, I identified the problem. My boarding home manager is not acting the same way as he did before he died. Identify the feelings. I felt hurt and upset because I didn't know how to um, help him with his how to make him feel better. Uh, it just identify the specific impact. That was it made me feel hurt and upset, and it made me feel like less of a person. It affected me. Decide whether or not to resolve it. I said I'm going to resolve it. Addressing and resolving the conflict. That is what I decided to do, was just help around the house and just be of any as assist as I can to him. And I wanted resolving that conflict. So there's always a way to resolve things safely, and I'm learning that in my anger management class, and I'm uh, really open to things now, seeing that people are helping me out. And Mitchell Care, I'm gonna tell you experience I had before I had come to this board home. I was in a really bad boarding home. And my caseworker had brought me down here, and my caseworker had brought me down here, and first thing I did was cry because I instantly felt safe here. I knew this was a safe place. After talking to everybody, I just cried and hugged her like a little child would. And I hadn't cried in like a long time. And you guys know me with my PTSD flash history, that people could beat on me or whatever, but I wouldn't cry till an hour later. But when you show kindness to someone who needs it and who hasn't experienced it that long, that's the way you heal people. That's the way you help people. Excuse me. Really? Um, that's the way you help people. People who are on drugs and are addicts, um, they need that kind of foundation and support of a safe place to stay. When you're in the homeless shelter, you don't feel safe there because there's a lot of people that do things like try to rob you and stuff, and it's hard to sleep outside of the homeless shelter sometimes. Sometimes they give you a bed, but you're still on edge. So I was looking at this experience, and it's called the this experiment. It's called the rat cage experiment. And what it was is about addiction. And they made two different cages of rats. One was called the rat cage, rat park, which it had rats who were in this rat cage, and it was just pretty much the biggest rat park, tubes and tunnels to go through, a bunch of people to hang out with. And then the other one was just a cage with rats with nothing to do. And there was two elements that were both the same. First was there was water, it had water in it. The second one was water with heroin in it. And the water with heroin, people in the rat cage park were not attracted to it. They liked the regular water. But people in the rat cage that had nothing, no stimuli, just rats in the cage, they cling to the heroin. They like the heroin because the ultimate founding of this experiment was that all humans have want to bond with something, whether it's drugs or people. And the people, the I keep thinking of them as people because they're just they have feelings just like us, and they systematically wanted to do the heroin because they had nothing else to bond to. But when they were in the rat cage, rat park, with all these tubes and tunnels and treats and other rats they could hang out with and stuff, they did not want the heroin. So they're like, the founding was that they wanted to bond with heroin because that's all they had to. And then the cats in the rat park, they bonding with each other and making friends, having fun, and communicating. And so that was really interesting when I looked that up, and that that gave me a new look of addiction. And I think that is very relevant to today's society because there's a lot of chaos going on. There's a lot of homelessness in Dallas area, and not a lot of people are getting together and bonding and working through their issues. A lot of people are isolating, and that's probably the worst thing you can do. So I'm out here in the country, and it's lovely, and I love it here. I got my I Heart Jesus on my, and then I got this today. My friend from church, I go to a Pentecostal church now, and my friend had given me this card, and I kind of taped the cross because she can the cross with it, and it says, "This cross has many meanings, one of which is love, one of which is freedom, a gift from God above. Put it somewhere special, so that every time you see, you'll remember that Jesus died for the sins of you and me." And then on the cross it says, "Love of God." I just thought that was amazing. Let me talk about God. So these glasses are bifocals, and I was at I was going shopping with my friend, and we had went to the thrift store, and we're pretty low on money, still waiting on my check to come and everything. And I found these glasses, and they're my exact same prescription. Exact same prescription. I lost my glasses at my last boarding home. I didn't want to go back to it, pick them up. But they're my exact same prescription, and they're transition lenses too, so they get dark in the sun. And I just thought that was God. That was God working. My exact same prescription as last year when I got my glasses. There's been a lot of instances where I just felt like God was just working through people. And one of the things I've noticed is that you attract the energy that you put out. And when I first last year, when I was boarding home and making all those videos of handcuff videos and everything, I was a very negative person. I was a self harming person and stuff like that. And I attracted people who didn't like me like I didn't like myself. And now I had this experience in jail. I was going through a lot, and I was really upset that I was arrested and convicted of a assault on a public servant, even though I was stabbed and I was just combative apparently. And I just felt sorry for myself. So I felt sorry for myself because I kept having flashbacks about being in the basement as a child and being abused, and the single cell that I was in was causing it to get worse. It was just being trapped, confined area. And I would get to the point where I didn't notice if I was really in jail or if I really was in the basement. And I could tell that I was hurting the guards. So emotionally, the a lot of guards have feelings and they're really nice people. Um, and it took me a while to see that, but I just started cutting on myself and doing things to hurt myself. And eventually, I just kept going down this path for about a week and being rude to the guards for no reason that they didn't deserve. And I had cut myself so badly all up and down my legs and my chest area. And it it got to the point where I got down on my knees and said, God, there's got to be another way than this. I can't do this on my own. And God said, stop fighting. Just let people help you. And that's what I've done since I got out. And I've seen nothing but positive attention and positive people in my life, like the church people in my group and everything. And I keep going to church, even though that sometimes I feel like the need to push people away. I still try to fight that and say, that's the devil. That's the devil inside me. Today I had woke up and my eyes were kind of swollen. They've been like that for about 2 days, and they got a little bit more swollen because the Sahara Desert is bringing in dust into the Texas area and the allergies and stuff. But I said, I said, God, I know I'm going to church today because I need you more than anything now. Especially since I'm sick, I need you, and I need to hear the word of God. So that's what I did. Is I got up and I got to church. And a lot of people say, don't go to church if you're sick. You get up. No, but that's the time when someone told me that's the time when you need the Lord the most is when you're sick. And just been doing good off that K2, off all drugs. So sober, and it's amazing. Going to some AA meetings and NA meetings, and just studying these. These are all the notes I've taken in the past week. I just got these tape and sticky notes, so I taped them all, made them together. I'm probably gonna get more notes for my classes. It's a two of them, 4 courses. That's anatomy and physiology is a 2 month, 2 semester course. So I'm looking forward to finishing that, and I love all y'all who are supporting me and in my videos. I'm actually staying away from handcuffs and stuff like that. I just don't feel the need to use them anymore. And I just feel great. And we got music in the background and this really nice garden. And I appreciate you guys watching my video. And I hope this inspired somebody. And especially it's saying, especially the saying that got to me, I'm in a lot of distress, but I deserve to live. Every one of y'all that's having suicidal thoughts, no matter what it is, bullying, or if it's problems at home, you deserve to live, and that's why you should live. And God loves you, and I love you too. So if you need to talk to someone, you can reach my email at IAM, all lowercase, Olivia Epstein at gmail.com. my first and last name at gmail.com, and you guys can talk to me. And you guys have a wonderful day, and thank you for watching my video. Bye.